It's monsters versus zombies at the box office this weekend, plus a little Brad Pitt sprinkled in. Here at this take on this gory grudge match between World War Z and Monsters U, our very own Lights Camera Jackson.
Hey, good to see you. We're going to start off with Monsters University, Pixar's first prequel. It's their 14th animated feature, the prequel to 2001's underrated Monsters Incorporated. The story begins with elementary school Mike Wazowski on a field trip with his class to Monsters, Inc., the factory where the screams are collected from little human boys and girls. It's here that Mike gets the inspiration to someday become a scarer. However, no one else believes that he's scary enough. This doesn't lower Mike's confidence one bit. He works very hard in school over the next several years and gets accepted into the scaring program at MU. Mike and Sully meet on the first day of school. Mike is the brainiac, while Sully is the slacker jock who comes from a family of successful scarers. Initially, they don't like each other, but soon they realize they need each other. The pair join the Uzma Kappa fraternity so they can take part in the school's annual scare games, which they need to win or they'll get kicked out of the scaring program.
All right, so this is Pixar's first prequel. Seems like a challenge to come up with a great story. Do they do a good job with it?
Once again, they do. The plot is simple. There are some surprises and some memorable moments. Things do drag a little bit once the competition element is established, but the film truly shines once Mike and Sully start to become friends and really work together. There are some great references to the original and some very fun cameos, especially in the final 15 minutes or so, where it showcases Pixar at its finest.
Now, I loved it. I know you did, but
Yeah.
Monsters, Inc. wasn't considered one of Pixar's best.
Right.
It was a surprise choice for a prequel.
It was, but they pull it off. With Billy Crystal and John Goodman back as Mike and Sully, there was a solid foundation along with a superb animation. Great attention to detail here. They have a lot of fun with the college setting. Monsters University doesn't have the emotional impact of Toy Story 3 or Up. It's not a masterpiece, or it won't be a Best Picture contender either, but not all Pixar movies have to be. This film works on its own because of a simple, smart script, relatable humor, and honesty, something missing from most other animated films out recently.
All right, Jackson, what's the grade?
On the official LCJ report card, Monsters University gets a B+, Best Animated Film of the year so far. Since we have successly completed that review, congratulations, you have entered the School of Scaring, Solomon. There you go.
I've always dreamed of gaining admission to the School of Scaring.
There you go.
All right, Monsters U making the grade.
Yeah.
All right, also out this week, Brad Pitt's zombie thriller, World War Z.
Yeah, and it's loosely based on a popular novel about yet another version of the apocalypse. But this film blows away everything else in the category as director Mark Forster has crafted the near-perfect summer blockbuster. You've got Brad Pitt playing Jerry Lane. He and his wife Karen and their 2 daughters live in Philadelphia. Jerry once worked as a high-level operative for the United Nations, but is now a stay-at-home dad. Less than 10 minutes into the film, the lives of the Lane family change forever because the zombies have arrived in Philly. As chaos ensues, the Lanes barely escape the city, but must continue to fight off more and more of the undead as the human population decreases and the zombie population increases. The Lanes are rescued by the military thanks to Jerry's former boss at the UN, but in return, Jerry must leave his family and join the mission to discover how to stop the zombies from taking a complete bite out of the human race.
All right, now this is being called the most expensive zombie movie ever made, a budget of close to $200 million.
Yeah.
Was it worth all that money?
World War Z is an amazing achievement. There are so many things that set it apart from your average zombie movie. Forster wastes no time with long setup or lots of dialogue or any subplots or goofy characters. The zombies attack right from the beginning. The story is straightforward, doesn't get ridiculous at all. The suspense level is high, set high at the very beginning, never wavers, and there are so many small touches that add to the realism.
All right, Brad Pitt's obviously the star here. But you
Right.
can't have a great zombie movie without great zombies,
That's right. Brad Pitt, very convincing in a physically demanding role. He's in practically every scene. The zombies themselves are creepy, but not over-the-top cheesy. Another great decision by Forster. And all the supporting performances do just that. World War Z was supposed to open last Christmas, believe it or
Wow.
not. That'd be a little weird. They had to delay the release by 6 months because they had to rewrite and reshoot the 3rd act. And even though it's set in a more calm atmosphere, it's just as dramatic as the first 2.
All right, Jackson, what's the grade?
On the official LCJ report card, World War Z gets an A-. It will also take a big bite out of the box office. Rated PG-13, very violent though, because it really should have been rated R. But if you're going to theaters this weekend, keep calm and just trust Brad Pitt because he's going to kill some zombies.
That's a good motto to live by.
Absolutely.
All right, Jackson.